unpack. Click that play and don't look back. Legally locked, legally locked, legally locked, legally locked. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Legally locked, legally locked, legally locked, legally locked.
Legally locked, the truth don't stop. Courtroom drama, we stay on top. Hit subscribe, you know the vibe. Like my page, get ready to ride. Legal cases, law unpacked. Click that play and don't look back. Legally locked, legally locked, legally locked, legally locked, legally locked. Alright, 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 alright. Legally locked, the truth don't stop. Courtroom drama, we stay on top. Hit subscribe, you know the vibe. Like my page, get ready to ride. Legal cases, law unpacked. Click that play and don't look back. Legally locked, legally locked, legally locked, legally locked. All rise, 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 all rise.
What up, what up, what up, what up, good people, man. We got some legal news to get into. I have not done a legally locked video in so long, but it's a lot of shit going on, and we're going to talk about it. Offset and little TJay, they done got into a little kerfuffle down here in Florida. We're going to talk a little bit about that Gucci Mane, Pooh Shiesty situation that's going on. And if you are into like comic book movies and stuff, yeah, Deadpool done got roped up into a lawsuit, yeah, over the Bye 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 dance. People want their money. So without further ado, I ain't even going to keep y'all long. Let's get into these topics, man. Let's go ahead and rock this thing out. All right, the first topic we have is Offset and little TJay, and they down here in Florida. Fighting, rolling on the ground and shit. All right. So TMZ is reporting that Offset was injured in a shooting in Hollywood, Florida. They say he all right, though. He all right. He gonna survive. He gonna make it. We don't have a lot of details about this shooting, so I'm gonna send some prayers off to Offset. You know, Offset's got to work on staying out of trouble, young boy. That's why you should have stayed married. When you stay married and you stay faithful to your wife, you would be home with your kids instead of out gambling. So we're going to send a prayer up for Offset. Hopefully, Offset continues to try to evade trouble. But what they saying is, and we're going to put this in the rumor category. We don't have a lot of information, but Academics is reporting that the rapper Lil TJay was involved with the incident, and some people are saying that Lil TJay and Offset got into a little altercation, and they said Offset was beating the hell up out of TJay. Y'all know TJay ain't but little. He ain't but so big. Offset, he got a little too, but they said Offset was pop, 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 beating TJay up. Said TJay pulled the blicky out and was like, nah, bruh. Lit him up. Said they shot him in the ass. That's what they said. Said Offset has been injured in his gluteus maximus. Why y'all go all the way down to Miami to go to jail? Why y'all go all the way down to Miami to go to jail? I will never understand it. I will never understand going all the way to Florida, to Miami, to Hollywood, to Boca Raton, anywhere down here in the South, to come down here to go to jail. That's crazy. That's just insane. We have someone with a comment. Bobo Gobolo. He says, this situation was on Offset. Little TJay loaned him $10,000 and he said, nah, you ain't getting it back. Get it back in blood. So they said TJay shot him. That's what they said. Now I don't know, y'all. I'm not really deep into the hippity hoppity of everything. I don't know all the ins and out. But this is what this commenter is saying. Said Offset owed TJay some money and said he told TJay, hey man, get it back in blood. Said TJay saw him and said, nah, you gonna give me my money, homeboy. Bobo Gobola said TJay gonna be okay. His lawyer's gonna take care of it. Are you a part of TJay's crew? Do you have like some inside information you could tell us? Like because I mean they down at the Hollywood Hard Rock Hotel, so it's gonna be cameras everywhere. But the good thing is now I'm gonna shoot you some bail, Bobo Galobo, whatever your name is. I'm gonna call you Bobo. Bobo, I'm gonna shoot you some bail. I'm down here in Florida. Florida does have a stand your ground law. So if TJay felt like his life was in danger and he had to pull his weapon to get Offset up off of him, hey, he might got a little wiggle room, because down here in Florida, you can pull your blicky out and just let loose if you feel like somebody gonna, take you out. That's how George Zimmerman beat the Trayvon Martin case, because he said, yeah, he was scared. He felt like Trayvon Martin, the little 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, was gonna take him out. So TJay people might be like, hey man, TJay was just standing his ground. He felt like Offset was finna take him out, and he pulled his weapon out, and it is what it is. Now, what I will say for all the young black men out there, we gotta find a better way to deal with conflict resolution. This could have went bad. This could have went bad. Somebody could have ended up unalived over money, if that is the case. If it is a situation where Offset owes somebody some money, we got to do better. Bobo said this has been known for a while. TJay said it on stream. I remember seeing like an old video a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, TJay talking about how Offset got a bad gambling habit and Offset owe him. I do remember seeing that, but fellas, we got to find a better way to deal with our conflict without having to involve weapons. Like, y'all got kids, y'all got mamas. We got to do a little bit better than this, y'all. I don't know what the answer is, but I know it's not this. Y'all can't keep pulling your weapons out because you're getting beat up or because your feelings hurt. But yeah, man, let's see if we can find a video of the incident, because there was like a video going around. See if we can find it. I hate this happen, man. Like, it's almost summertime. Y'all out in jail and all this foolishness. Let's see if we can find a video, because there was a video going around. I don't know if this is the right one, though. Now, this tweet here says there's some footage of Little TJay and Offset's team fighting at the Hard Rock Casino, but Little TJay and Offset was not present. So maybe it was a situation where, I'll show y'all what I see here. Maybe it's a situation where the homeboys got into it first and then it escalated to something bigger. Hold on, we're gonna blow this up a little bit. Let me get this bigger for y'all. So Twitter, now we just gonna put this in the rumor category. Twitter said this is a clip of the entourages getting into it. We don't know how true that is. Bobo said this was after the incident. So after the incident happened, the two teams was still kind of yapping at each other. All right, so Lil Nas X, he had a case a couple months ago that he was walking the streets without no clothes on, and the police stopped him, and he beat the police up. He beat the police up. So Lil Nas X is able to let out a sigh of relief because he was facing some serious felony charges for assault and battery. Luckily, his lawyers were able to get him into a 2-year mental health diversion program. Now, me personally, when this incident took place, everybody found out that he was going through like a mental health crisis, because at first some people was like, oh, he might be on drugs, but then we found out he actually was going through like some type of psychosis. I think if you having some type of mental health breakdown, man, them charges should have been dropped. How y'all charging people who going through something that they not even in their right mind? Because they said the police was called on him, of course, because he's walking down the street half naked. He ended up eventually getting completely naked, and when they tried to arrest him, of course, he resisted. They got into a scuffle, and he put his hands on the police. He just paused on him. So they charged him, and after that, they found out, he was going through psychosis. And, I just feel like the charges should have been dropped. And I'm not saying this because it's Lil Nas X. I believe that for anybody in America, if the police come up to you and we find out that you're going through a mental health crisis, you should not have no goddamn charges on you now. Come on, man. I don't see how you can charge people who's having a mental health crisis or even a normal physical crisis. Let's say somebody's having a seizure and they accidentally punch the police. You can't charge them people for nothing like that. But looks like he was able to avoid any type of prison time. He got this mental health diversion program that he's going to be in. Wishing him the best of luck. Hopefully everything works out for nephew. And we going to move on. We going to move on to the next topic. Hold on. All right. So this story just hit my radar. Did y'all know that Deadpool and Fortnite are being caught up in a lawsuit and being sued by the creator of the Bye 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 dance? Yes, let's talk about it. Now, we're going to put some respect on the choreographer's name. His name is Darren Henson. If you're my age, if you're around my age bracket and you were big into pop culture in the 1990s and 2000s, you should know Darren Henson. And if you don't know him, you know his dance moves. Darren has worked with some of the biggest artists in the world. I'm talking Usher, NSYNC, J-Lo, Spice Girls, like the list just goes on and on and on. I remember he choreographed Genie in a Bottle for Christina Aguilera. Like, the man just gets his work done. He was big back in the day. So growing up in the 90s and the 2000s, you had to have some choreography if you're going to be a pop star. But after he started, I guess work started to slow down, he eventually transitioned into acting. He was in Stomp the Yard. I think he did the choreography for that movie as well. And he also played on the Soul Food TV show. He's still acting now, matter of fact. So let's put this story together. If you saw Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool opens the movie up dancing to the NSYNC song, Bye Bye Bye. Okay, Deadpool is getting his groove on. He hitting it. Look at him, boy. That boy was hitting it over there. Now, here's where it becomes a problem. Darren, the creator of the moves in this Bye Bye Bye, video, which was a huge video back in the day. If you was growing up back in the day, Darren said, hey, man, y'all are using these dance moves, and I was a major part of the creation of this, so I let it slide when y'all did the dance moves in the movie. I ain't really say nothing. I didn't even really say nothing. But now I'm finding out that you're getting ready to put Deadpool and Fortnite doing this dance as well. Oh, now we got some problems. Now we got some big problems. Darren is upset. Darren is mad because he feels like, hey, I let it go for the movies. Now they doing it in Fortnite and y'all are charging people for this, and I am not getting paid for my intellectual property. He's upset. He's pissed off. And rightfully so. These companies just love stealing from people. Stop stealing from people. So he's suing Sony, and he feels like he should be compensated. Sony is the record label that, of course, owns like the NSYNC music, the Bye 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 video, and they're saying that Sony licensed this music, this video, the dance move. They licensed it to Disney, so Disney was able to use the music and the dance moves in the movie. Of course, if y'all saw Deadpool and Wolverine, he's saying, nah, y'all can't just start giving my dance moves away. Hell no. Pissed off. Now, Darren is not the first person to get into a legal battle with Fortnite over stolen dance moves. When TikTok was really, really, really big on dance moves, Fortnite was taking a lot of the popular dance moves and putting them in their games. And true enough, there never really was a way to copyright dance moves. That was something that artists just gave freely to the world, because most of the time, you're not really monetizing dance moves. Like back in the day, you would hit these dance moves at the barbecue or a little party. You know, you hitting the bye 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 dance, or you're doing these dance moves at like a talent show at school. Nothing that you really making money off of. So these choreographers probably wasn't really sweating it too much. Now, can you imagine? Can you imagine if you could copyright a move? Imagine how much money we would owe Michael Jackson for the goddamn moonwalk. Everybody was doing the moonwalk, or even MC Hammer, the Hammer Time dance. That was huge back in the 90s. Imagine how much money these people would be owed if you could copyright a move. You know, just a 1-2, a little hot 1-2. Now, one of the first cases that was heard in this little TikTok drama was the Millie Rock kid. So, well, I call him a kid because I'm old, y'all. So he's young to me. So the kid who made up the Millie Rock dance, and Alfonso Roberto from Fresh Prince, he sued for the Carlton dance. They got together. I ain't saying they got together, but they sued Fortnite separately. It was 2 different lawsuits. Now, all the black folks, their lawsuits got thrown out because the judges was like, you can't really copyright or trademark a little 1-2. You can't really copyright like a little 1-2. It has to be full choreography. So the black folks, their cases got thrown the hell out. Gone. Judges threw him out. Now, when we get to the content creator, his name is Kyle Hanagami. He got paid. We think he got paid. We think he got paid because what happened is, in Kyle's lawsuit, what made his a little bit different than everybody else is they didn't just take a little 1-2. They took the man's whole goddamn choreography. If y'all can see in the video here, if you're watching it and you're seeing visuals, they took the whole goddamn 8 count. They didn't just take a little 1-2 step, bitch. They took the whole goddamn 8 count. They took everything. So a lot of people in the legal world speculate that when this case was dismissed, it was voluntarily dismissed. So they think that Fortnite reached a settlement with him because the difference between the Millie Rock and the Carlton, those are just a little 1-2 step. They took this whole boy's choreography and put it in Fortnite, as y'all can see. He had a whole 8 count going, and they say, we just gonna take all of that, and then we gonna charge the goddamn kids to buy the damn steps. So they paid him off. They paid him off. They paid him off, and they also paid another guy. Let me show y'all his move that Fortnite took. Leo, the saxophone guy. Fortnite took these moves and put it in the game as well. So guess what? Leo said, bitch, I'm finna sue too. And very similar to the previous guy, he's doing more than just a little 1-2 step. He getting a little jiggy with his. He moving, he dancing, he doing this, he pumping up the saxophone. So he has a little bit more movement in what he was doing. So he was able to get a settlement as well. So the big thing is, if you a dancer and you on TikTok and you're out there creating these moves, make sure you are protecting your intellectual property, because it's unfortunate that we're in a time where people want to steal from everybody. Just want to steal. So a lot of legal scholars think he was paid off as well because he pulled his case out. So our good brother, Darren from the Bye, he want to get paid too. Yes, he wants to get paid. And I ain't even gonna flex. That dude under that Deadpool mask, he was hitting that bit, boy. He was hitting it. Look at him. He killing that choreography. He hitting it. Man, y'all need to go ahead and break Darren off, man. Go ahead and give Darren some money. Y'all need to go ahead and pay that man now. Don't be like that, because y'all really took a whole... Look at that, man. They doing the whole choreography. His ain't just a 1-2 step. Y'all took the man whole flow. Like Soulja Boy said, my whole flow. Sony, y'all need to go ahead and pay that man. Go ahead and make it right. Disney, if you caught up in this foolishness with Fortnite and Deadpool, make it right, get that man a check so we can just move on with our life and make sure when Doomsday come out, when X-Men come out, y'all not stealing nobody dance moves. Or if you're going to steal the people dance moves, call them up and get proper permission and compensate them people. Because Disney, Sony, all y'all other studios, y'all don't like nobody stealing y'all stuff. So don't do it to them. All right, let's move on. Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty, nephew. I don't know. Let's talk about this Pooh Shiesty case. I got the paperwork and we're going to skim through it. So on January 10th, about 5 p.m., Pooh Shiesty, his daddy, and like 7 other people decided that they wanted to rob Gucci Mane and kidnap him, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. That's what the Fed's saying. I ain't saying it. That's what the Feds is saying. The background information is Pooh Shiesty is essentially... Pooh Shiesty is essentially an artist that was signed to Gucci Mane. He was signed to Gucci Mane back in April of 2020. About 2 years later, he was sentenced to federal prison for 5 years for a conspiracy to possess firearms and furtherance of a violent or drug trafficking charge. So you already ain't due but 2 years in your deal before you got sent up the road. So he did 3 out of the 5 years. They let him out early, 2025, and let him do house arrest. So he was home on house arrest with an ankle monitor. And let me tell y'all, I felt sorry for Pooh Shiesty. I did. When Pooh Shiesty got let out, he went and he did an interview. I can't remember if it was with Shannon. I don't think it was Shannon Sharp. He did an interview with someone and he talked about how they had him in solitary confinement for so long and he was going crazy. And I was like, man, I feel sorry for that boy, man. Why don't y'all shouldn't have put nobody in no solitary confinement for weeks and months and stuff like that. Now I about don't feel goddamn sorry for Pooh. Because the people let you out and you decided to go and do some wild stuff. So anyway, fast forward to January, which was only a few months after he was let out. His daddy, Pooh Shiesty, and a few others decided they were going to go meet up with Gucci Mane and make him sign some documents that would release Pooh Shiesty from his current music contract with Gucci Mane. So the documents say that Gucci Mane and his head of security, they all got together and they flew to Dallas. Because that's where Pooh Shiesty was. Pooh Shiesty was in Dallas. So Gucci Mane and his folks, Gucci down in Miami, got on this jet, flew to Dallas, thinking he finna go and talk some business with Pooh Shiesty. When Gucci and his security got to the studio, they realized, oh, we here early. The studio was closed. Let's go to the liquor store. We're going to go get some liquor and some red cups. We finna do a little studio session. By 3 p.m., the studio owner came, opened the studio up. They said... some of the victims heard Pooh Shiesty on his phone talking to his parole officer, and the parole officer was like, hey, man, you need to get back home. And he was like, nah, my caseworker, gave me freedom. I had rec time to go out and handle this business. And the parole officer was like, nah, nigga, get your ass back home. You ain't supposed to be out nowhere. Get back home. Pooh Shiesty then says, all right, Gucci Mane, let's go talk. Gucci like, well, if you in a little situation, we can reschedule this. Pooh like, nah, man, let's go ahead and start talking. So they said Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, they go into the studio, and I guess his daddy comes in with him as well. And they said they could see, things starting to heat up. The guys are talking a little tougher. They get a little upset and said, Pooh Shiesty told Gucci Mane, you need to sign this paperwork and let me out of the contract. And the security guards, they wasn't in there. Gucci had security guards with him that were off-duty police officers. And they said, man, we saw it kind of getting a little intense, but, we kind of let them handle their business. We didn't want to get involved. They said Pooh Shiesty then tells one of his homeboy, man, go get my bag. So he brings the bag to Pooh Shiesty. Now, mind you, this is all allegedly.
Allegedly.
Said, Pooh Shiesty said, hey, man, go get my bag. Get my bag. Take the bag to Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty pull out his weapon, and he points it at Gucci and said, Gucci, man, you better sign this goddamn paperwork and let me go. Said somebody else, I don't know if it was the daddy or the homeboy, said he got in front of the door and was like, ain't nobody leaving until this paperwork gets signed. So Gucci, of course, you got a gun in your face. He was like, man, let me go ahead and sign this. I don't want no problems. So they said as Gucci is signing the paperwork, mind you, the paperwork was printed out at Staples. They got Pooh Shiesty Daddy going into Staples to print the paperwork off. So anyway, Gucci done signed the paperwork. Pooh Shiesty look at the paperwork, read it, da-da-da-da-da. Hey, Dad, this good? Say the daddy come and say, make his ass dated. Make his ass put a date on it and say, Daddy recorded it. Date that shit, Gucci. And I'm just like, I I'm just confused. I'm sitting here like, you told him to date it and you recorded him? This is crazy.
This is crazy.
I ain't never seen no shit like this. You already done told your PO can already see where you at. Now you recording the man, signing the contract and telling them to date it. Y'all just doing anything. They said then after that, Shiesty other homeboys then began to rob Gucci, the cameraman in the studio. They took the cameraman's Rolex, his Louis bag, choked him up. He a white boy. They done choked him up. You know you getting in trouble. You done put hands on him. Said the cameraman had air tags on all of his stuff, you know, like his watches and his bag. So all of that stuff was traceable. Said they took Gucci wedding band, Gucci watch. Like they just was robbing. My thoughts on this whole situation is Mr. Pooh Shiesty. Mr. Pooh Shiesty, there was only two ways this thing was going to go. You either was going to go to jail or the old Gucci was going to wake up and you might have got put in the dirt. Now, where y'all messed up at is y'all done brought innocent people into this mess, like the cameraman, the studio owners, the off-duty police, and y'all robbing these folks. Y'all is going to goddamn jail. This is what I'll say. There had to be other ways to get this squared away, Mr. Shiesty. If Gucci ain't want to let you out your deal and you still owed him like some money or some albums, man, knock them goddamn albums out. With so much technology nowadays, you could have set up a home studio instead of plotting to go after Gucci. You could have just set up your home studio and just record, knock them goddamn albums out and go on about your goddamn business. We just saw Drake do that with Universal. He had like a few albums left, and then he just started putting them out back to back to get out of his deal. It's just sad and unfortunate all the way around. I feel like, you know, I'm not a black man, but I just feel like some black men out there have low self-worth. I think some of them feel like, well, heck, I'm either going to go to jail or die anyway, so I don't give a damn about going to jail. I got a family member who did some crazy shit like this too. He had been in prison, got out, less than a few weeks, he was right back. Went right back for something just as weird and crazy like this. And I'm like, bruh, what? It's sad how, like, going to jail is just another day at the office for some people. Like, jail must got some good food in there. I ain't never been. Does jail have good food? Like, what is making the people want to go back? Does jail have good food? Like, are the beds comfortable? Why you want to keep going back to jail? Why? And academics. How old is academics, right? Academics is 34 years old, and he's still sitting in his basement talking about people snitching. Like, I ain't trying to judge AK for his content. I don't think people should be able to police other people's content unless that content can cause people to get hurt. And I think some of the things that academics decides to cover in such a sensationalized way can lead to people getting hurt. And you know what? It was cool 20 years ago because you was a young 20-year-old kid. But now at 34, bro, you almost 40. Why are you still sensationalizing this stuff? Like, just cover the content with all the extra, oh, is Gucci a snitch? Is Gucci ain't living by the code? Like, come on, man. Come on. Gucci is almost 50 goddamn years old at this point. Gucci man is almost 50 years old, and we talking about, is the man a snitch? This man got a wife, got kids. We ain't even really heard about Gucci being in the streets anymore, and we got academics at almost 40 years old sitting up on the internet talking about Gucci, is you a snitch? ATL, y'all going down. There's snitches and rats everywhere, man. Come on, man. Now, I don't know if Gucci man gonna take the stand, but if he decides to, we gotta stop like pushing this culture of, since you was a gangster, you still gotta handle things in a gangster way. You ain't gotta keep living like that. Gucci should not be upheld to, oh, well, you was a gangster 10 years ago, you need to still be a gangster. And that video floating around that Gucci is like, I'm not no snitch, I'm not going to the police, that's an old video. People are trying to say that that video is new and in relation to this situation, and it's not. This man probably just want to go home to his wife and kids in Miami. He don't live in Atlanta no more to keep him pulled away from that type of environment. So this is unfortunate for everybody involved. I don't want to see Gucci Mane caught up in no street stuff, and it's unfortunate that Pooh Shiesty didn't see enough value in his freedom to stay away from this type of wildness, man. It's just unfortunate, man. It is unfortunate. Now, what I can say is, hold on, because TMZ just dropped an article. One of the other rappers who was caught up in all of this foolishness with Pooh Shiesty, his name is Big 30. I don't know nothing about Big 30. The only reason I know about Pooh Shiesty because the little kids say they got a Shiesty mask. I don't even really know a lot about Pooh Shiesty. So Big 30 was one of the dudes kind of like in the entourage when this situation went down. His lawyers are now speaking, and his lawyer said this is all just a misunderstanding. His lawyer says the feds are over sensationalizing what happened. This was just a little disagreement between men. His lawyers is saying Pooh Shiesty and the rapper Big 30. Let's see if we got a picture of Big 30. Pull Big 30 up right here. So Big 30's lawyer. Now look, Big 30 look innocent to me. I don't think Big 30 was down with this shit. This picture right here make him look innocent. But anyway, Big 30's lawyer is saying Pooh Shiesty and the rapper Big 30 went to the studio to make music. Big 30 wasn't involved with no intentions on premeditating, robbing, and kidnapping nobody. Big 30 said, man, I ain't know nothing about none of this shit here, man. Now, Big 30's lawyer is talking about he heard that Gucci Mane made over $25 million off of Pooh Shiesty while he was locked up. First off, if you a lawyer, what you on here talking about what you goddamn heard? Don't get on no internet talking about what you heard. Talking about you heard. Now, Pooh Shiesty's lawyer, Bradford Cohen, said, we are going to examine all of these witness statements very carefully and accurately, and he believes that what the individuals told the feds is not exactly how the feds wrote it up. They trying to say the feds like spiced this thing up. That ain't what they said. He said, I'm not sure those individuals said what was said in the indictment. So Pooh Shiesty lawyer is like, I don't even believe it. I don't believe none of this. Now, we also found out that there's a lot of surveillance of this situation, but there is no surveillance of what happened in that studio with Gucci Mane. There's no surveillance of them with weapons. So that's why Pooh Shiesty's dad and some other people are being granted bond, because they really ain't got no evidence of the weapons and of the, of the altercation with Gucci. What they do have evidence of, the knuckleheads who was rolling with Pooh Shiesty, they took Gucci Mane's wedding bands and the cameraman, his Rolex. After they stole the stuff from the people, they went and got on the internet and flashing it. So y'all gonna stay in goddamn jail. Now, let's go back to this thing about, did Gucci Mane make $25 million off of Pooh Shiesty while he was in jail? That's a big number. That's a large number. Like, who is making $25 million off streaming alone? Because I know, like, Pooh Shiesty ain't got no merch. I don't think Pooh Shiesty got no merch. So I don't think Gucci was selling Pooh Shiesty merch while he was locked up. Most artists make their money touring. So I don't believe this thing that Gucci Mane made $25 million off of Pooh Shiesty off of streaming. I don't believe that. Sounds like this case is going to boil down to a lot of witness testimony. Who's actually going to tell the truth? Is Gucci Mane? Because Gucci Mane is the victim who was involved with the kidnapping. Is he going to get on the stand and tell what happened? Or is Gucci Mane's off-duty security, are they going to be the ones to tell the story? So a lot of people are saying, hey, man, Pooh Shiesty might be able to shake out of this a little bit. He ain't going to be able to shake all the way because he already violated his probation or his parole. So he going to get violated on that. What you do that for? But they're saying he might be able to beat this kidnapping and burglary charge because ain't no footage of what happened unless Gucci Mane decides to take the stand and point it out. Child. That's it. That's all I got. A hot 30 minutes, man. If y'all like legal news, go follow my legal page on Twitter. It's called Legally Locked. Go follow me on YouTube. It's called Legally Locked. I cover legal cases. I haven't updated in a while, but I think I'm going to get a little bit more, frequent with it. I'm going to start doing late night Legally Locks at least maybe once a week. But yeah, man, I think I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate all 143 people for rocking with me and checking in. But say a prayer for our good brother Offset and our good brothers Lil TJay and all the brothers who's locked up and then got up in foolishness. Pray that they get their life together. Pray that they get their life together. I'm out of here.
Legally locked where the truth don't stop. Courtroom drama, we stay on top. Legal cases, law unpacked. Click that play and don't look back. Hit subscribe, you know the vibe. Like my page, get ready to ride. Like my page, get ready to ride. I know.